everyone, E here with the latest update of the Lego Hogwarts Castle. This time I wanted to show you one of the few changes and tweaks that I have done since the last time. One of which is this place here. There was a similar arch down here, which now we have removed. And also we have shifted this portal one brick to the right, so it's symmetrically under this archway above, instead of one to the left. Also, I want to show you the building that is attached. So done some changes here as well. One of which is the height of the second floor. I mean, technically this is the first floor and this is the basements, but this floor was taller and now it's 7 bricks tall, exactly as the first one. I decided that just the building is way too tall and there is no reason for that, so just made them equal, and that looks better. Because the walls were taller, I had to readjust the interior of Filch's office. Not much has changed in there. I have changed these shelves here to be gray instead of brown for the time being. I might switch them to brown again later on. One other thing is that I have added the windows actually here, and I have removed these other versions of windows that were present before. I have made them symmetrical again, and this archway, again, I have shifted them a bit so they're symmetrical and so they align perfectly with the other side of the castle. What else? I have done various modifications to the roof, but I'm not going to show it to you now because it's still not final. It turns out that when you try to build a roof brick by brick, it tends to stack very quickly, and in my case it became very tall, and I don't like that, so I'm going to try some different pieces just to make it basically not as tall as the building or something along those lines. This is how the back side looks. I have removed that yellow piece that I had used here for the time being because it didn't fit here anymore, and I didn't want to change this pillar here, and it's going to be hidden anyway, so it's fine, but I'm probably going to place something here just for the additional support. And more or less that's it. Now back to the main building. This has moved from here, it was here before, to here. Now why is that? Because I decided to shift the tables a little bit. The Great Hall itself, the interior will end here, and in the movies basically all the tables are placed in such a way that the fireplace is in the middle of the row of tables, and if it was here, it turned out that it's kind of closer to the teacher's table, and I didn't like that, so I moved it over to here, and I have changed it a little bit. It was a bit different here. This arch was slightly modified, but nothing major. Now, one thing I want to show you is how I've made the podium of the Great Hall. I have also added some of the faculty members there. Now, one of the reasons these steps, if you manage to see, yeah, you should be able to. The first step is 2 tiles high. That is because everything here is going to be tiled. with plates. So that way, this will still be the first step, and it will not lose this distance here. And we still have the 3 steps, and I think it looks pretty nice. Now, one thing that I have done is the I'm not sure what it's called, this thing that Dumbledore is standing behind with the owl. Now, I tried numerous ways to create this and make it as accurate as possible, and I'm actually really happy how I managed to do it in the end. I'm not ashamed to say it took me about 2 hours at least to figure it out, because I wanted certain things to be a certain way, and I just didn't want to compromise. Basically, the level of these candlesticks, I didn't want them to start from under the wings of the owl. I didn't want them to be connected to something on the ground itself. I just wanted them to look as authentic as possible compared to the movie. Now, I have used these transparent pieces here because, well, you should be able to see Dumbledore, but the reason they are present is because this piece here on the top is keeping the whole structure of the candles together. And it also really worked out because the tail of the owl is taking space, and it was really difficult to figure that out. But this way, there's actually the space for the tail of the owl, so the pieces are not like at an angle or anything, and everything is pretty stable, and I'm really happy with that. Now, how I've achieved this, I've used numerous elements, basically, so to make it look symmetrical and even when it's actually placed. It doesn't look very stable, I know, but it is actually pretty stable, and it works. I believe this is the best way to make this. If somebody has a better idea, I'm open to suggestions, but I'm actually pretty happy with the way it turned out. And again, if you see pictures of this particular piece from the movies, again, of course, it can't be 100% accurate, but I think the end result is pretty satisfactory. Now, I don't have all the minifigures that I want to place yet. Madame Hooch probably shouldn't be there. As you can see, in this particular version, there is space for Dumbledore and 8 teachers. This way, obviously, we need to add Professor Trelawney, Professor Sprout, and Professor Flitwick, and maybe Hagrid instead of Madame Hooch. I don't know, haven't decided. And again, I have picked the first Dumbledore based on Richard Harris. Again, not sure if I've mentioned that already, but to me, he is Dumbledore. It's not like the second Dumbledore is bad. I just prefer the first one. It's a lot closer to what I imagined when I was a child and I was reading the books. The second Dumbledore was a bit too loud, and I don't like that. Here is the fireplace, moved a little bit, so now it's in the middle. The doors to the Great Hall should be here, and then the entry gates should be here, and here we'll place a knight or two and various other elements. Now, I really have an issue with these doors because they are supposedly curved at the top, and I don't have such doors, and there aren't many. I believe there aren't any of those types of doors that have been used in sets in the last several years. and the ones that do exist are kind of small. I want the gates to be a bit bigger, the doors to the gray hole. So yeah, I have ordered some doors at the time being, and I'm waiting for them to arrive, and I will build this whole section here afterwards. As for the future, I will build this wall soon, as well as this side here. I will complete this whole section here. After, I just haven't decided how exactly to build it, because after I place the roof here, I want to see exactly how tall it is and which sides of this will be hidden, and I want to make it as pleasing as possible. So after I've completed the roof here, I will build precisely what I'm thinking. And yeah, basically after that we will build the doors here, and then these doors, and then we'll start thinking about the ceiling, because that's gonna be a challenge. Probably we'll have to do it with big plates, though I'm not really looking forward to that. But if I do it with pieces, it will be very costly. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do it if I do it like that. I'll have to think about it, but for the time being, those are the things that will be present in the next update. And one more thing, underneath here, I have decided to do something, but I'm not gonna reveal it yet. I'm gonna leave it for next time. I think it's gonna be pretty nice. Anyway, that's about it for now, and thank you for watching. And if you have any suggestions, please share them with me, and I will see you next time. Thank you.